Following the bloody struggle of the Second World War, Europe was filled with a scar of war. Many European cities were in complete ruin. There were widespread shortages of many basic necessities like food, fuel, and water, and the economy of many countries just collapsed. Looking through all of this destruction, researchers have concluded that the Second World War was the most expensive war in human history. By the year 1945, extremely exhausted countries faced problems of inflation, debt, balance of payment deficits, depleted gold and dollar supplies, and trade deficits that frustrated their reconstruction efforts. As a result, these devastated countries needed the Marshall Plan, which was a plan proposed by the U.S. Secretary of State George C. Marshall. The Marshall Plan focused on rebuilding Europe and the Cold War strategy. By providing funding for infrastructure repairs and industrial revitalization, the Marshall Plan rebuilt the economies of Europe. Beyond just an effort to rebuild, the Marshall Plan also served as a strategy to use American soft power to counter communism from spreading across Europe. With the help of the United States, Europe has since risen out of the ashes of the Second World War as an economic and political powerhouse. As a result, Europe has the economic and political capacity to provide for their own defense in cooperation with the United States. Europe no longer needs to be the junior partner, but must now be promoted to join the United States as a senior partner in its own defense. The United States government needs to coordinate with European allies in a comprehensive and deliberate reorganization of European defense. In this reorganization, the financial burden must fall on European nations, with the United States staying in Europe as an ally and a backstop in order to fulfill any NATO mutual defense obligations. This reorganization should be accomplished through the creation of a European pillar of NATO and through the establishment of a European collective defense spending program. Regarding the formation of a European pillar of NATO, seen as the collective effort of European nations to strengthen the defense of Europe, the United States government needs to help train the European forces, share technological advances, and recommit to NATO principles while Europe moves ahead on European strategic autonomy. Secondly, the European collective defense spending must be employed to strengthen European strategic autonomy within NATO and the transatlantic alliance. Europe, strengthened by increased defense capabilities, will serve as an ever more important and equal partner of the United States when it comes to security cooperation around the world, sharing in the fiscal burden of defense.